All right. Welcome to last week's episode. Sorry, I'm about a week late. Really bad. Okay, um why am I a week late? Well, there was the Duran mask lookbook competition this week, of which I had sent in 19 pictures, and we had to keep the originals in our phone in case they did choose us, because if they did, they would need the original picture to post on their lookbook. And so I didn't want to take a chance on erasing a bunch of stuff and accidentally erasing the pictures. And I just felt like I should leave everything as it was until they made their decision, which they did on Sunday. They chose one of my pictures. Thank you very much. I love you, Duran. Really, I wasn't sure if I was going to be chosen because I was kind of sure I was going to be chosen last time when you guys did your first lookbook competition last July or so. And I thought I'm kind of a shoo-in maybe a little bit because this is something I do all the time anyways. Post pictures of myself in my Duran swag. And I had so many pictures already to send, which I did then. And then I created some new ones too. And you guys didn't choose any of them. And so I was shocked and surprised a little bit. And this time I was like, I don't know then, but you guys actually did choose a picture of mine this time. So thank you very much. It means the world to me. It really does. So that was one of the main reasons. I didn't have space in my phone to make the whole full long whoosh video, but I've cleared everything out again and here we are. So this is my Frannie Rhodes podcast of one whoosh podcast radio review for last week's episode, which was Put the Money on Top. That was the name of the episode last week. So let's get right into it. The first song that Simon and Katy played was from a band or a solo artist called L.A. Priest. The song was called Beginning. I would describe it as funky, slower, a constant groove. Oh, funky, slower, constant, and groove. It had a good groove, a cool beat, and it was unique. I was going to try to emulate the vocal sounds for you, but oh my gosh, I listened to this episode last week and so I don't even remember. My notes have been hanging around since then. But Katy described it in this way. She said summer is here with that song. So it has a summery feeling to her, if that gives you kind of an idea of it. It had a May 2020 release. The artist's real name is Sam Dust, I think, D-U-S-T. It was either Dust or Def. D-U-F-F. I think it was Dust. Produced by Errol Alkin, who is currently working with Duran, as I'm sure many of you already know. And Simon described it as singing one note in different octaves. And he likes that and hasn't heard it done before. That's what Simon had to say about the song. Someone called it space pop psyche work, I think is what Katy said. Space pop psyche work was how somebody described this song. So summary space pop psyche work. There you go. And again, I'm going to put a list of all of these songs down below in the notes on this video. And so you can check them out. Anybody that doesn't have access to Sirius XM, I'm a little tired. Forgive me if I'm talking faster. My words are slurring together. It's because I'm tired. I had a hectic, stressful day at work today. So I'm gonna put a list of the songs below, as I do usually always. And well, now I am, as this show develops, I'm figuring out different things I want to do. And so now I'm putting a list of songs in the comment box below, as they say. And that's for all of you out there who don't have access to SiriusXM, which was the reason that I started doing this in the first place, to give you guys a rundown of what was happening on the show and a list of the songs so you can stream them elsewhere and still check out the music for yourself. So that will be included on this video. So there you go. Also, I wanted to say, first off, second off now, no Duran single yet this week, even though Simon had said last week that it was imminent, and he made it sound, and what he actually specifically said was, it's so imminent, we better talk about it before we miss it, kind of a thing, like it's going to happen right away. But they did not play it this week. And then I heard a rumor through the fan community that it was going to be sometime between Roger's and John's birthday. So Roger's birthday is April 26th and John is June 20th. So I guess somewhere around May is when we're going to hear that single. Even though, and it will be played on Whoosh. And so I'll keep you guys posted on that. Even though Simon said last week it was imminent, like it was going to be happening in the next 5 minutes. But that's not the case, Simon. So anyways, so LA Priest, going back to LA Priest, Katy noted that he recorded the song twice, singing it 2 different ways, and then double tracked it. Katy didn't know what that meant. I'm speculating. I did kind of get a feeling of what it meant. So I speculated that it meant he melded 2 different sounds into one song. So basically he sang the same song twice in 2 different ways, and then he melded those 2 different sounds to give it a whole different sound. So I think that's what it meant, even though Katy didn't said she didn't know what that meant. That's what I think it means. So the next song is from a group called Black Honey, who we have heard on Whoosh before. The song is called I Like the Way You Die. And and by the way, I gave the LA Priest song called Beginning a strong 3 stars, almost 4, and I didn't jot down why I didn't give it 4, but I gave it a strong 3 stars. So next one is by Black Honey, I Like the Way You Die, and I gave that one 4 stars. It's a strong song. So Black Honey, again, who's been played on Whoosh before, is a 4-piece from Brighton. This is information from Katy. They're on the Fox 5 label. That's like the animal and the number, Fox 5 label. They sent Simon and Katy a vinyl of their music, which is pretty awesome. And they were played before on the Seems Like a Lot of Garlic episode, which, by the way, that episode name, Seems Like a Lot of Garlic, is one of Katy's favorite episode names. Just as an aside, she mentioned that. So they call themselves Black Honey because they are the sweet sound of darkness, which I like. That sounds like something, like a name I would create. Very kind of self-explanatory like that, like Black Honey, the sweet sound of darkness, like colorful dark winds, but that's something completely different. Anyways, I totally get it. So that's why they call themselves Black Honey, as per Katy's information, and as described by the band, that's how they describe themselves, the sweet sound of darkness. And like I said, I totally get it. I understand the name Black Honey and like the concept behind that, and coming up with names because of meanings like that. So, I was going to try to emulate the voice on this one too, the singing voice, but again, listened to it last week and I can't really remember. Although I will say, and I think I'm going to get to this more in a minute, the lead singer, her name is Izzy Baxter Phillips. Her voice sounds to me like somebody's voice I've heard before, a singer's voice that I've heard before, female, and I cannot place who it is, but very similar. So I know that's not very helpful, but she has a voice reminiscent of probably a singing voice that you've heard before. And check out the song, Black Honey, I Like the Way You Die. It's going to be in my notes down below, to see for yourself. And if any of you can decipher which vocal she sounds like, please leave me a comment, because I can't figure it out, but I know I've heard it before. So I can actually, something else I wrote about this song is that I can imagine it on the radio. It's got one of those cool kind of like radio sounds. It's a pretty strong song. Again, I gave it 4 stars. So I do, let's see, type answer to DD question I do with this. Oh, okay. That was something else. So Izzy Baxter Phillips is the lead singer, and her voice is very reminiscent of another singer, which is what I was just saying. I've heard, and I can't think of her name. the other singer. Um, she has a really cute and cool alternative style as well, her dressing style. So I looked up some pictures of her because I wanted to know her name, and along with her name came some pictures. And she's got a really cute, cool alternative style, which is cool too. So this song starts with a steady beat going into Izzy Baxter Phillips' somewhat whiny, I will say, but in a cool, pleasing rocker way, vocals that works with the steady beat. I guess I would describe this song as rocker with an alternative edge, a good background vocal support in unison from the rest of the band. And if you listen to the song, you'll see what I mean by that. And in part that's in parts of the song. And yeah, so that's how I described I Like the Way You Die by Black Honey. So check that one out too. That's what I had to say about that. The next song is by an artist called CU. It's spelled CEU with an apostrophe over the E. And that's how it's spelled, and it's pronounced say you, I think. Like SEYU in parentheses is what I put for pronunciation. But anyways, the name of the song is Malamolencia. 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 And I looked up the meaning of that word. So this was sung in French. So I looked up that word with the French language, and it just comes back with the same word on Google Translate. It just came back with the same word, which was malamolencia. So I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's an actual word. I don't know if it's a slang. I don't know if it's a word that the artist made up, but it's got mal, M-A-L, in the beginning, which usually means bad. Molencia. First, I thought molest, but then I was like, no, it's not molest, it's Malencia. So, malamolencia. I don't know, something bad. But anyways, so I couldn't figure out the meaning of that, or if it even has a meaning, or it's just a made up word. So, this song, I actually gave it 5 stars. It is my favorite song that was on the show. And this is how I described it. It's again sung in French. It starts out very clean, stripped back, pure vocals and strings, plucky, clear, sharp strings. I love the beginning of this song. The beginning was soothing to me because it's so pared back and clean, simple, and I love the strings. The song is sung in French again. It's French, just like Simon Le Bon. And so, let me see. The string sound is very pleasing. Sounds like okay, and then in some parts her vocals sound like underwater singing at the end, like she's singing underwater, which is really cool too. Um it's full of cool sounds. So this song is full of cool sounds, beautiful strings, and a lovely voice. That's how I would describe it. It's full of cool sounds, beautiful strings, and a lovely voice, which is very true. And the melody of the song is heavenly. I described the melody as heavenly. It's reminiscent. Okay, so it's reminiscent of the kind of song. So I'm not sure if any of you have ever seen the movie Blame It on Rio. It's an old movie with Michael Caine, Joseph Bologna, Michelle Johnson, I think, was the girl that played the lead, who played Joseph Bologna's daughter, and ended up having an affair with Michael Caine's character. And then Demi Moore is in it when she was very young. It was one of her first acting roles, and she plays Michael Caine's daughter. And then, oh, there's another famous actress in it, and I can't think of her name, but she plays Michael Caine's estranged wife. She played Mary Tyler Moore's best friend, actually, on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and I can't think of her name. But anyways, so it's a comedy, and it's about these two fathers who are Michael Caine and Joseph Bologna, who take their daughters to Rio for a vacation, and then that's where Joseph Bologna daughters Joseph Bologna's daughter has an affair with Michael Caine. It's called Blame It on Rio. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's from the 80s. And there's a scene in that movie where there's a so they're in Brazil, right? So I guess she might have been a Portuguese singer. I'm not sure which language it's supposed to be in. It might be Portuguese. I'm not positive, but there's a scene where Michael Caine and Joseph Bologna are in kind of like this dining, like sort of nightclub area, and there's this singer singing this song in this other language. And sort of the feel of that, if you've ever seen that scene in that movie, is what this song kind of has a feeling of. So, let me see. This singer's real full name is Maria Docia Whitaker Pocus. Maria Docia Whitaker Pocus. She calls herself Say You. In 2016, she won a Latin Grammy. The first, let me see, first American album released. Okay, her first American album was released under six something records. Oh, 6 Degrees, I think, records. That was the record company. And this song is featured on the FIFA soccer game of 2008. So this song, Say You, Mala Malencia, excuse me, by Say You, is featured on the FIFA soccer game 2008. So that was an interesting little piece of trivia about it. Again, my favorite song of the show. I gave it 5 stars. I think it's just beautiful and very pleasing to listen to. So then at that point, Simon and Katy got a fan question. So this was the question. Does Simon prefer big or small venues and why? And this was from Sarah in East Providence, Rhode Island. And the answer to it from Simon was that when you play in a big place, the crowd is like a big animal and the energy is intense. He said it in kind of a different way, but that's basically what he was saying. And smaller venues, it's more like groups of individuals and it's about bringing them together. And when somebody is 5 to 6 feet away from you, you can tell what they had for breakfast, which was kind of just Simon being funny, but I'm sure probably true as well. So he said it was a tricky question, and I think he appreciates the differences that both offer. That's what I gleaned from his answer. So there was another fan question. This one was from Dylan. His question was about what the band wears on stage. And it said, he said that they have cool stage clothes. Who plans what they're going to wear? Do they have a choice in what they're going to wear? Do they have a choice in what they're going to wear? Do they choose their own clothes? Oh, do they have a choice what they're going to wear? Now, of course, when I heard this question, I thought it was a cute question, but I don't know. Everybody's different. When I see what the band wears on stage, I can tell. I mean, it's clear that they've all chosen their own outfits and what they're going to wear. And what they're all wearing definitely reflects the individual style of each band member. And I think that's true from back in the early days to up to now. So what Simon said as an answer to this is that they choose their own clothes. At which point, Katy brought up Jeffrey Work because he designs a lot of clothes for them, I think. So she brought up Jeffrey Work, and what Simon said about Jeffrey Work's contribution to what they wear is that they give him ideas, and he helps make them. He helps make the ideas happen. And Jeffrey Work is I believe he's a fashion designer that works with Duran Duran a lot. As far as attire goes, and you can find him on Instagram. You can follow Jeffrey Work on Instagram. I forget what his exact handle is, but he is there. So, see which I always thought, and it's reflected, and I want to see. Oh, and then when I also put a note to just throw in here that I would like to see Nick in Simon's green shoes because I think that would be really cool. Okay. So let me see. She figures say chop daily and UG my touch. Okay, so then this is the next song. The artists, I believe, were called Chop Daily and EUGY. The song was called My Touch. Simon described it as a rap style delivery. this song is where the title of the show, Put the Money on Top, came from. It's a reggae African feel beat repeating, I put the money on top with a few other things. It's okay, just okay. That's how I described it. A reggae African feel beat repeating, I put the money on top, which it basically is. Um, the artist is a Ghanaian um, singer, rapper, songwriter. And I gave this song 2 stars. What did Katy say about it? Oh, Katy said she feels like she has found an Easter egg when she can figure out which song the title from any given episode comes from. And she added that in with this song because this is the song that Put the Money on Top came from. So that was Chop Daily and UG, My Touch. Again, Simon described it as a rap style delivery. Um, and I describe it as he may have said more about it than that, but that's what I jotted down. I describe it as a reggae African feel beat repeating. I put the money on top with a few other things thrown in, and I thought it was just okay. It's not really my style. So 2 stars for that one. The next song is from an artist called Viji, Viji. Are You in My Head is the name of the song. Um, so it's kind of an open, airy sound, a female singing. Katy described it as mellow. It has what could be a standard sort of poppy sound. It's a short song. These are my observations about it. And it's funny because right after I was thinking, oh, that song was really short, Simon addressed that and said they cut off the last minute. It got because it got a lot slower than what the rest of the song had been. Simon said it got a lot slower, and he didn't want to go there as far as because I guess it's about a romance that didn't work out, and it gets a lot slower at the end, and Simon wasn't into that. So they didn't play the end, but they played up to the end, and I meant to listen to the end of that song, and I never have. So this artist VG is Australian, Brazilian, London based. Um and then Katy was making a point to say that she likes her handles on social media because they're clever. On Instagram, you can find this artist under VG Water, VIJIWATER, like Fiji water, I guess. And on Twitter, her handle is Don't Worry, Be VG. Guess like Don't Worry, Be Happy. Don't Worry, Be VG, VIJI on Twitter. Katy likes the cleverness of her handles. Oh, okay. So the artist described this song as the eternal struggle of relationships and how little things can blow up in your head if you're in a bad mood. Okay. So Simon described it as soft and feminine, but not a soft track. And Katy had called him the king of segue because he had gone from this Chop Daily song, Chop Daily and Yuji kind of reggae African feel rap song to this soft feminine kind of open airy poppy sounding song. And he said that's why he did it because they were so different, contrasting to each other, um, that he wanted to play them one right after the other. Okay. And let me see. Another fan question. Oh, and then they went on to say that because Katy always gets Simon socks for birthdays and things like that ever since she's known him, and she's going to get him a pair of socks, I guess, this year for his birthday or Christmas, that say King of Segway. So that's cute. Okay. So there's another fan question. Let me see here. There's another fan question. This one is from Lori. Her question was, would Dee Dee consider doing a virtual concert because of everything going on with COVID? Simon said that he's not into the idea. He doesn't like the sound or look of virtual concerts, and no shade to people doing it. They didn't say that, but that's how I described it. I think they said, no judging people who are doing it. It's fine if other people want to do it, but Dee Dee's not into the idea. Duran's not into the idea. So, no virtual concerts for Duran on the horizon, which I think that question's been asked before, and I think we all kind of knew that, but they did spotlight that question. Um, Then let me see. The next song was by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, and the song is called ONE. This is the one on the promo spot that Simon was talking about. That he had played in the car with somebody who had dementia, and the person really liked the song and was dancing around to it very happily in the back seat of the car. That was by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. The song is called ONE. It is in the hotspot this week. Simon said one of the greatest albums of this year and maybe of the last 2 years. King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard is an Australian six-piece from Melbourne. And Simon loves them. He loves everything about this band. I believe he did say that in the promo spot that they posted on Duran social media for last week's Whoosh show. And he thinks they're going to be huge. We're going to be hearing a lot more from them on Whoosh. I actually only gave the song 1 star, and this happens very frequently with Simon's favorite picks. I usually don't like the ones that are Simon's favorite. We don't agree on music there. We don't have similar musical tastes in that way, which I think is kind of interesting and cool. So I gave it 1 star, but Simon loved it and actually put it in his hotspot. And we'll be hearing more from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And I also wanted to say that I don't know, it just struck me when Simon mentioned somebody with dementia and being in the car with him dancing to this song. And so obviously it's somebody that he is close to, probably. I'm not sure. I don't want to speculate on it too much. I don't know who it is, but I just wanted to send out my thoughts of caring and I guess concern for that to Simon Le Bon, for whoever he may know that is dealing with dementia. And I hope I don't know what to say about that. If things can go smoothly with dementia, I don't know. I think that's an oxymoron, but anyways, I just want to say that struck me and it stuck with me, and I'm just sending all of my well wishes. So Simon, if you ever see that, I am sending all of my well wishes to you and your family and friends and whatever is going on with this. So thank you very much. Okay, so for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, the song ONE, the beginning is like the sounds from the beginning of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That's how I described it. So if any of you watched the show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood when growing up, you might know that kind of almost maybe like a xylophone sound, just very lightly hitting the xylophone keys, if that's what they're called, with the little hammer. I don't know what it's called. It's not a hammer, but the little tool that comes with the xylophone. Might kind of sound like that. So that's what the beginning sounded like to me. That's what I liken to. It goes into an almost jazzy sounding beat that goes into a bigger rock sound. That's how I describe this song by King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard. The album, called LW, which I guess is for Lizard Wizard, is what Simon said, has a North African Arabic influence in the tuning of the instruments, and I believe he mentioned that on the promo spot. And again, as he said on the promo spot, he loves the album and everything about the band, and he thinks that they're just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So keep an eye out for King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard. I need to get some water or something. Hold on. Oh, I'm so sore. I'm going to take you with me. I was sitting on my bed and I get so sore when I'm sitting in one position for a long time. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm getting some sparkling water because I need something to drink. I'm tired and I'm thirsty. Okay, hold on 1 second. And I'm sure you can tell by the way I'm talking. I'm not 100% right now. I'm tired, but I wanted to do this video. It was so late. And I'm going to be doing this week's Wednesday or Thursday. I'm going to do my best to not have that one be late next week. Okay. Thank you very much. This is called Nixie Sparkling Water, and it's watermelon mint Nixie. That's like a Duran spotting. I still have to take a picture of it. Okay. So to continue, excuse me, there was another fan question. This one was from Philippe, and Philippe said, growing up in a third world country, Duran Duran's music music and influence helped tremendously. Did they realize the influence that they had on people in the world? Simon's answer was, well, first off, Simon was very moved by the question. It meant a lot to him that somebody thought this of the band, that they had great influence and that they helped somebody so much. And Katy was also moved by it. Simon said he said they didn't have those thoughts, as far as they didn't have thoughts like, oh yeah, we're doing great things here, we're influencing people. Recording a new file. Okay, so I think this is still recording. So, I hope so. So he said they didn't think about those things. They just got on with the job, making music, making albums, touring, and are happy to give something positive to the world, which is the best thing you can do. And they don't dwell on influence, and things like that. They don't dwell on the influence they have. Simon thinks it's not a good thing to do. It's not good to get bogged down in things like that and start feeling too grandiose about yourself. And I agree, it's not. So that was the answer to that question. There was another fan question. So this one was about Electroset. The fans said they loved Electroset. Would you consider doing something similar with lesser known songs? Simon said Electroset was very special, and if they did it again, they would probably do the same songs, and he would be open to doing it again. Katy thought it was a place and time thing and that they should not do it again. They should just leave it as a part of their history as it is, as the cool thing that it was. And Simon didn't seem to agree with her necessarily. Okay, so the next song is called Yaw Tog. Oh, the artists were Yaw Tog, YAW, second word TOG, Stormzy, um and Queasy Arthur. Yodhog, Stormzy, and Queasy Arthur, I think. Quessy Arthur. The song was called Soar. It's a remix of the song Soar. I gave it 2 stars. I'm sorry, I can't remember if I've told you how many stars I'm giving all of these songs. I think I missed some. So I'm so tired. So let me see. For the Chop Daily and UG song, I gave it 2 stars. For VG, Are You in My Head, which was the soft, feminine, poppy one, I gave that one 1 star. King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard, again, just 1 star. And let me see, let me make sure I go back here. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so before that, I gave you all the stars. So, yes, going back to this next song, which is Yodhog, Stormzy, and Quessy Arthur. The song is called Soar. I gave it 2 stars. It's reggae, rap, African sound, and big bass. They're part of Ghana's drill scene. This artist is like a poster boy. What did Katy say about them? A poster boy, the poster boy of Ghana's drill scene, I guess. He's going to school too, along with doing the music. He's only 18 or 19 years old. The next song was called Souvenirs by Andrew Bird. I gave it 2 stars. It's fast, banjo-y sounding. At the start, it sounds like a banjo sound, and it's fast, echoey vocals, country sounding, like The Devil Went Down to Georgia violin sound is in this song. If you guys are familiar with that song, The Devil Went Down to Georgia.